Well, hey y'all, hey, it's time again to give an update on these investment accounts. This is going to be super brief because number one, I've got like a ton of stuff to do around here. I've got to clean the house and I've got to pack. I still haven't packed. And so I am trying to get through everything. And no, I didn't try to dress up for YouTube, you guys. I had a meeting today, so I had to look appropriate. Anyway, today I'm going to just give this quick little brief update on my investment accounts. Now, the accounts that I show up here are my Roth IRA and my Fidelity Brokerage account. And I show those because this series was to show realistic growth with smaller amounts of money. And so, although it has grown now, it's still not, some $100,000 portfolio or anything like that. This is just going to show some realistic growth on some smaller amounts of money. And it also keeps me accountable. This series keeps me accountable to keep investing, to continue investing. Because no matter whether you're saving in a savings account, high yield savings, any kind of saving, cash savings, no matter how you're saving, there's always the temptation to stop. And I'd say it is even more so with investing because you have the potential to lose money. So at least when you're saving cash, that cash isn't going anywhere. It may lose value in inflation, but the cash is still physically there. Whereas investing, there is some risk associated to it. I literally take this stance of just dollar cost averaging. If you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, it is just having a certain amount that you put in no matter what. Stock market up, stock market dips, whatever the case, you continue. You never stop. This is the amount. This is the amount. And I'm doing it every single month. And you guys have seen in this series where I've had losses, I've had gains. It usually evens out in the wash. That's why they tell people don't get so quick to sell. A lot of people will see a big dip and they'll want to just immediately sell everything because they're scared. You can't be fearful and try to do this. You have to go in with the idea of knowing that there are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, but eventually it all pans out. So, the first account I'm going to go over today is my Roth IRA. Now, I started this account in May of 2025. My initial deposit into this account was $4,000, and I ended up getting 2 cents extra because there was a little pause between when I initially started it and it started to get gains. So it'll show that my initial deposit was $4,002. So that is where I started then. And what I've been doing with this account is I have been contributing monthly. I contribute $150 per month, steady. And then once or twice a year, when I have my found money months, for those who are new here, my found money months are months where I either get bonuses, incentives, things like that, extra money that I didn't plan for. I may do a bulk deposit into my Roth. So that's how I've been funding this. So again, I started this in May of 2025. Now to date, we have deposited $14,850.02. So this account is expected to max out this year with my $150 recurring deposits. But the total value now to date is $16,683.04. Not half bad. That's coming from $1,263.61 in gains. So I have gained that much money from May 2025 to current day. And $202.06 in dividends. That's the money that I'm getting from my dividend investments within this portfolio. And then 83 cents in interest. But this account does have fees. I do need to point that out. and I have $33.48 in advisory fees. Now, I have selected to have this account knowing that those fees are coming out. You may want to choose an option that doesn't have fees. There are options out there that have no fees. There is a particular reason I'm doing this, but that is an option for you. So don't get scared off by the fees, because you don't have to have an account with fees. So that is where we are today, guys, at $16,283.04. And it's only been 1 year and 2 months. Not bad. Now, let's get to Fidelity. Now, our Fidelity account, it is up and down and all around, as per usual. But this account is currently sitting at $11,156.63. And that balance has, I've deposited over $9,000 into this account. What happened is, I had a stash account. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the stash accounts. It's an app investment account, kind of like Webull or Robinhood or something like that. I had a stash account for quite a while, and all I would do is anytime I had little extra money, I would just buy fractional shares of stock in that. Well, it ended up getting me to about $6,000 and some dollars, and I transferred that money over to Fidelity in May. Same month I started my Roth IRA, I transferred that money over. That was May 2025. And so it's been growing here ever since. And this account is going well. It had its downtime. Now, I did have a month in, So in June, I was in the red. And then in March, I was severely in the red. We've had some ups and downs, but currently I'm in the green right now. I deposit $300 into this account per month. And I just recently started that because previously I was depositing $150 per month into this account. So we'll get to my spreadsheet here in just a second, and then you'll kind of see it all come together. But the current balance is $11,156.63. All right, now, taking a look at our spreadsheet here, we are sitting at, well, let's go over last month. Last month, we were sitting at $10,884 in the Fidelity account. Now, currently, we are at $11,156.63. Now I can clearly see how much I have invested in this account. I have invested $9,923.14. I've gained $1,233.49, and that is from appreciation, dividends, and interest. I just put it all together. Basically anything that I didn't have to put in there myself, I put in that category. This account, I do put $300 a month in there now currently. And if I'm looking at appreciation only, so no dividends or interest, that was $968.98. And then that brings us to the total of the $11,156.63. So that is not bad. I started this account again in May, excuse me, of 2025. And I started this off, the initial balance was $6,100 that I transferred over from a stash account. Now, the Roth IRA was previously at $16,210.66. That's what was in that account initially last month in my last update. So check out my playlist for these updates because I went from the beginning, from the initial start of these all the way to current. Now, I have invested $14,850.02, and I have gained in appreciation, dividends, and interest $1,466.50. There are fees. There's $33.48 in fees. I contribute $150 per month to this account And if I just remove the dividends and interest and look at appreciation only, it's $1,263.61. So it's doing quite well. And my current total is $16,283.04. So let's look at the current balance versus the previous balance. Now, if I look here at my current balance, if these are combined now, so I'm combining the two, I'm sitting at $24,773.16. My gains are $2,666.51, and my total in these accounts is $27,439.67 combined. Now, previously, I had deposited $24,323.16. So you can see that it's gone. The deposits went up by the $450, $300 for Fidelity, $150 for the Roth. Now, my gains last month were $2,771.50. So that goes to show you that dip that I was speaking about from last month. I still haven't fully gotten all of that money back in gains. Okay. So last month we were sitting at $27,094.66. I'm not mad about where we are. There are going to be ups and downs, and we are still exceeding what we put in there. That's the goal. To have more money in your investment and your gains than just your deposit. So I'm still in a winning place right now, I feel. My Fidelity is currently at 12.43% in gains, and my Roth is at 9.63%. So if we were to combine those together, which is what I did here for the purple here, we are at 11.04% gains overall for these accounts combined. Now, I had a goal for 2026 of having $25,000 combined in these accounts. As you can see, we have exceeded that by $2,439.67. We also have, if you look over to the right, you'll see my future deposits, what I anticipate. That's another $2,250 that will go in here. It is a great possibility that we may hit $30K combined for these accounts by the end of the year. Now, how do I feel about that? Number one, my goal for this year was only for these accounts to be able to exceed the balance of my car, whatever that was at that time. Now, I have done that already, but you know, the market goes up and down. I could lose some money in my gains and everything, or even in my deposits if it got really bad. So I can't really trust where it is right now. It's where it will be. And the reason I wanted it to exceed what I owe on my car is that's my backup to my backup. Anybody that watches my channel, you know I like a backup plan to a backup plan. So although I have the cash savings that I could take care of my car if anything happened, like I lost my job, because I'm constantly thinking about the worst case scenario, which would mean I would be unemployed and not have any money coming in, and you know, so my worst case scenario would be that. So I wanted to have liquid savings, which would be the savings in my various savings accounts, but I also wanted a backup to that, and this is my backup. So if all else failed, I know that I could get money out of these accounts to carry me through until that car is complete, or even possibly just pay it off. So that was my goal. We've reached that. I almost considered changing my 2026 goal to $30,000 instead of $25,000, and then I stopped myself, and I'm going to tell you why. If you are like me, you will make a goal and you get to that goal, and then instead of celebrating that goal and being happy that you made that goal, you immediately increase the goal. You move the goalpost, and now you're struggling and trying to get to the next goal. I wanted to let that sit at $25,000 because even if I reach 30, great. If not, oh well. If I've reached that 25, I'm good. And everything else is just gravy. And I would like to just be able to sit in that and not try to push myself toward another goal. I am a very goal-oriented kind of person. I enjoy shooting for targets all the time, like trying to reach this and that. But there comes a time where you're just tired, don't feel like doing it. And so therefore, this time I'm going to give myself a break. I'm just going to be happy at wherever this ends up at year's end. And that's that. And guys, that's going to do it for my investment update for the month of July. Are you guys investing? Are you considering investing? What are some of the topics that you want to talk about as it relates to investing? I'm not an expert in investing, but I have been doing it a while, so I can tell you what I have done. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And I will see you guys later. I will see you actually soon. Maybe I'll take some video and stuff at the beach or maybe pop in. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.